Good.
Hello and welcome and a very good afternoon. We are gearing up for the second match between India and Australia, and Subhai Chakravarti, and with me is
Joydeep Mukherjee and
Devashish.
there we go.
Here we go. So India won the first match convincingly.
I just want to stop. Why did you react like that?
No, the first time I heard your name right from your name. Whole Sri Lanka, I heard it a little wrong. Maybe my own ears.
Absolutely spot on.
Yes.
Banter has already started. We are still a few moments away from the match and the toss as well. But yes, India won the first ODI convincingly by 5 wickets. KL Rahul, Surya Kumar Yadav, both with the bat came up really good for the Indian team. But the update is that no Jasprit Bumrah for this match. Mukesh Kumar has joined this team for the second ODI, and for the third ODI, Bumrah will be available. So, advise decision to give him a bit of a rest.
Yeah, I mean, Bumrah knows his body. He's coming off a long injury. He's got a very unorthodox action. So you cannot treat him like you treat the other bowlers. He's a little different. And it is evident that if he plays continuously, he will break down.
Right.
And he will play IPL because that's a franchise cricket.
Right.
There's a lot of finances involved and the euphoria with IPL. Besides that, in a way, I don't think we are too far away from seeing Jasprit Bumrah play only 3-4 test matches a year. Because if he plays 10 test matches a year, 31 days a year, 25 T20s a year, and the IPL, he will break down. So you've got to use him very, very judiciously, wrapped in cotton wool, because he is gold dust to us. In fact, he's gold bar to us. Gold dust is Siraj and Shami. He's gold bar to us.
Right.
So it's very important to use him very judiciously.
Right. Something which Chaminda was also told us in Sri Lanka, that you have to wrap Jasprit Bumrah in a cotton wool. But yes, the latest coming in from Indore is Steve Smith has walked out for the toss for Australia. He's leading the team today, and Australia have won the toss and have opted to field first. Thoughts on this? A very, very short boundary, 55 to 60 meter Indore, known for its batting track, being a batting paradise. What are you expecting from this?
Devashish is smiling at the 60-meter boundaries. Can you imagine what the batters must be doing?
It's a good toss to win and to field first because they will be chasing. And as we have mentioned, it's a short boundary, so run scoring will be easy. But then there is a forecast of Shahs, I think.
Yes.
I think there's a forecast of Shahs. Maybe that might have influenced the Australian team to decide to field first.
Maybe. They have got a few changes, but Steve Smith coming out for the toss again, becoming the Australia captain just for one match. But he will have some responsibility to score big runs as well.
Yeah, I think it's a good time for you to give us the team. Then we'll figure out why he's leading.
I'm still waiting for the team.
Okay. But you know what, Shubham, for me, in the last game, Australia, they lost Mitch Marsh early, but after that they were 80-90 over for one.
Right.
Generally, the Aussie team, once they're 80-90 for one, they don't give it away. And I still feel it was a special delivery of Mohammad Shami. I keep harping on it, on that one ball that got Steve Smith out. Because he has that capability to bowl a ball on a flat wicket to a batter of Steve Smith's class and caliber. When he set 45 batting, yet get him out.
Right.
So, and I've seen him do it, on a flat wicket. That's something Mukesh also has. Maybe not at the same level as Shami does, but Mukesh also has it in domestic cricket.
Right.
I've seen him, Rahul Tripathi batting 140 in Pune, getting him out. I've seen, Sehwag batting in Ladi, getting him out at 70. Nothing in the pitch, nothing in the ball, yet having a ball to get a player out.
That's skill.
That is special skill.
Yeah.
Skill is...
But Pradipta, is it not, Steve Smith is not susceptible to, say, someone who's bowling at 145, 150, especially with his stance. He will welcome the bowler to break go through his defense.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. In red ball that happens. In white ball, when Steve Smith is 45 batting, which means it's what, the 14th over, the ball doesn't jag around. It's all straight.
Right.
In red ball cricket, what he's saying is right. In test match cricket, is right. But look at his numbers. He defies logic.
Right.
But that ball on a flat wicket, and the reason Smith was baffled was he was playing through the line, playing. One ball came, he said, where does it come from? Because when you bat, and I'm saying this as a batter, me and my batting partner have a template on. We say, kuch ho nahi raha, nothing is happening. This is our batter. When it's jagging around every ball, then we know we play that way. But when everything is straight and one ball jags, that's an unplayable ball.
Absolutely.
And I feel it was that ball that broke the Aussies back, and then not often from 80 for one, they will be 260 or whatever they got.
Right.
They'll get 350.
Right. Yeah. And I was right in predicting the score, so taking a bit of a credit there.
Yes, of course.
One change for the Indian team. Prasidh Krishna comes in for Jasprit Bumrah. All is same. A good run up for Prasidh Krishna as well. He played a game in the Asia Cup as well. Looked really good with his height and bounce. Of course, he's not in the ODI World Cup squad, but as a travelling reserve, if something happens to a pacer here or there, then Prasidh Krishna might be a weapon, especially with his hit the deck skills.
Yeah, absolutely. I think right now there are about 7 or 8 fast bowlers. See, Bumrah, Siraj, and Shami picked themselves. But the next few, now Shardul is out of this mix for me because he's more or less coming as an all-rounder. He's a backup for Hardik. Hardik is a batting all-rounder for me. Shardul is a bowling all-rounder. So they're in a separate group. But from in the fast bowling group, Prasidh Krishna has something that none of the others, Mukesh, Akashdeep, Avesh Khan and everybody don't have. He's taller, he hits the deck. He's a lot like Andrew Caddick used to be, he progressed to that type of a bowler. And when you go as a coach or as a unit, you want all types of bowlers to have, not just one dimension.
And with good pace.
Yeah, that's why Umesh and Shami don't play together because they come from the same club.
Right.
So Bumrah is one, so you want variety. But I would have loved to see Arshdeep. I don't know why he's not in the mix.
Arshdeep,
I would have loved to see him in the mix. And all our players who are not playing for India have gone to counter doing amazingly. Unatkar, Karun Nair is on fire. Karun Nair is doing the Karnataka team. He's getting hundreds in first class cricket.
By the way, Karnataka team defeated the Asian Games bound team that day. So looking good so far. Prasidh Krishna coming in for Australia. I'll give you the playing 11. Plenty of changes there. David Warner, Matt Short, Steve Smith captain, Marnus Labuschagne, Josh English, Alex Carey, Cameron Green, Sean Abbott, Adam Zampa, Josh Hazelwood, and we got to see Spencer Johnson. Thoughts on this team? Really competitive.
Yeah, obviously Australia fielding in Josh Hazelwood. We remember he's also coming back after an injury. So,
but
yeah. So that's obviously it is a good sign. Hazelwood in form and heading into the World Cup, it can come in Hazelwood and start. They need all these 3 fast bowlers in rhythm before they head into the World Cup because it's a big tournament. And remember, I would again look forward to Matt Short. Because obviously we did discuss a lot about him in the last time, but he batted lower down the order. But today we see that he might open the batting.
So Mitch Marsh is out.
Mitch Marsh is out. Pat Cummins is rested, and of course no Mitchell Starc as of now. But this pace trio, Pat Cummins, Josh Hazelwood, and Mitchell Starc, and after that Mohammad Shami Piper in the last match, it sparked that debate again. Should India play their best 3 fast bowler and not look for a cushion at number 8?
Any day.
Because there is a debate that if your top 7 batters can't score,
then the number 8 batter, he won't win you the match.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
If you say, I disagree slightly because if you say number 8 winner doesn't win you the match, then how did Rohit Sharma hit that 4-over mid-off against the T20 World Cup? I agree with what he's saying. The best bowlers have to play. But for me, see the Aussies Cummins bats, Stark bats, so their 8-9 bats, our 8-9 are mugs.
Right.
And Shami could bat. I've seen Shami get 50s in Ranji Trophy. He's got a 50 at the oval. So he can bat. But for some reason, he hasn't come around. So with the longer tail and in the 50-over game, what happens? We're chasing 340. Okay, we are 312 for 7. Virat Kohli is 140 batting, and the other guy can't take a single and give him the strike. That is where it happens.
But the debate is if you play your best 3 pacers, then the opposition might not get to 340.
I think there won't be a respite for the opponent batting.
Right? Yeah, but if you see the 3 fast bowlers playing, I'll show you plenty of cases because of 340. Because 340 is now become the template in one day cricket. Because the sort of pitches we play on. It's not the bowlers are losing their credibility. They are still as good. But all the power is taken out of the bowlers. They can't bowl more than 2 bounces with over. They can't bowl more than 10 overs. Batter can get 250, 300 runs, but he can only bowl 60 legal balls. Everything is in favor of the batter. So that's the reason why I feel, I agree. I mean, I faced this situation in Bengal as well when I was in charge, director of cricket in Bengal. So we wanted to play Mukesh, Akashdeep and Ishan Porel. But all 3 are mugs with the bat. So then we started, but the good thing was our number 8 was Shabazz. So Shabazz was guy who was bat number 4. So we till 8 we are, see over here also 8 is Kuldeep.
Even Akashdeep can hit.
8 is Kuldeep and 9, 10, 11 is these 3. Then your tail becomes too bad. So if we play Jadeja and Shami, then I'm okay with these 3 playing. But right now Kuldeep will play. The sort of form he's in. So Kuldeep coming in is batting getting lower. Now Kuldeep is decent with the bat, but he can hang on, but he can't. He's not a hitter. So now what happens if you have 8 Kuldeep, 9, 10, 11 these 3, then that becomes too long.
Then I would rather pick Akshar Patel if he gets fit.
Yeah, then
I pick
Ashwin. I think Ashwin is a better bowler than Akshar Patel.
of course.
Yeah,
Of course,
and-
there is no.
And he's got 5
hiding
test
from
match hundreds.
Of course.
And I think he can handle the pressure. At age, sometimes what happens is being smart and handling the pressure. Because what happens is Akshay, he's not been in great form. You know,
Which the man he has been doing.
Jadeja has not been, he's not been in good form with the ball. Jadeja has been little off color with the bat. So you need to bolster your batting a little more.
Interesting debate. But one factor which again was debated after the last match, Surya Kumar Yadav. Of course, KL Rahul scored a brilliant.
And the two openers.
And the two openers, of course, Shubman Gill being the superstar he is, and Ruturaj Gaikwad grabbing his opportunity. But the main talking point was Surya Kumar Yadav, and what a big relief that knock would be for him, and the India team management was back.
Yeah, it will do a world of good for his confidence. Obviously, scoring a 50 and you need Surya Kumar, and the Surya Kumar, the batter he has established himself as the number one T20 batter. So if he can bring in a consistency to his game in this format, that will do a world of good for India. Means consistently scoring those 40, 50 will help India post a total in the region of 300 on any day.
You could see the relief in the management's face also, that we back somebody and finally it's coming through. It's like you're cooking a really nice meal, and after a long time spending in the kitchen, you get that sense of satisfaction when everybody has it and says, wow, it's a bit like that. So kudos to the management, because he's a special player.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, no two opinions about that. Number two, where he bats, what he can do, very few people can do. Yuvraj Singh is gone, Dhoni is gone. So he can do. So handhold him and take him as long as you can.
But the biggest dilemma for India will be whether to go in with both Surya Kumar and Shreyas Iyer.
Oh,
when the big two players.
I'll go with both of them. I won't play Ishan Kishan in my team.
Wow. So what would be your top 6 then? Rohit, Gill,
Rohit Shubman,
Virat,
3 Virat, 4 is Shreyas,
5 is Rahul,
5 is Rahul,
6 is Surya.
obviously Hardik Pandya.
6 Surya, 7
Surya.
Hardik Pandya, 8 Jadeja, 9, 10, 11, 3 fast bowlers. And 25 bowlers.
Then you are.
Or then you play Kuldeep and 2 seamers because you've got Hardik. Depending on the pitch. See, first match is in Chennai. We'll come to that in a bit.
Yeah, we will come to that in a little bit. But apart from the men's team, the women's team are also playing. They played a fantastic match this morning in China in the Asian Games. Not only defeated, they manhandled the Bangladeshi team.
What a great revenge, I would say.
After that,
a lot has been said about not being able to beat Bangladesh at their own backyard, but then to be able to trash.
Walk in silence and then make the success make the noise.
Of course, no Harmanpreet Kaur in this team. She was sitting in the.
She was jumping at home.
She was jumping at home. But yes, she will be back in the final, and then who gets there? Pakistan versus Sri Lanka is still going on. So whoever gets
Sri Lanka at the moment looks favorite to be in the final.
Absolutely. So we are not getting a India Pakistan. We might not get a India versus Pakistan final once again after we were deprived of it.
Well, we don't want also, Subhan, because obviously we beat them in the Asia Cup, then again.
Of course, in women's cricket, it's not even a rivalry.
It's not even a rivalry.
He's tired.
It's tired. It's tired.
Yeah, all this
A
matches
gold
he's
medal,
played, he's tired.
a gold medal in the taking.
Obviously, if India ends up winning silver, that will be a big disappointment because India definitely should be the favourites to win the gold.
Yeah, in the subcontinent, we are the strongest side by far. So
And the pitch is
And remember,
turning.
Harmanpreet will be available for the final.
Of course.
Harmanpreet will be available, and that will be a huge boost for India. And I like the way Pooja Vastrakar bowled today. She has been absolutely brilliant.
you know, a lot of credit here. I know NCA takes a lot of flack over here for a lot of reasons, but I think a lot of credit here for the way they've got these teams ready also. Like I was a month back doing this Ring Trophy and I was just taking a walk around the NCA. I saw Chuk Bumrah there, I saw Hardik Pandya there, I saw Surya there, all the people who've been injured, I saw Shreyas Iyer there, and now they're all playing for India and fit and ready to go. So sometimes they take a lot of flack, but give credit where it's due.
Absolutely. Current scenario in that Sri Lanka versus Pakistan game, Pakistan were not bowled out, but restricted for just 75 for 9 in 20 overs, and Sri Lanka currently 7 without loss after 1 over. So clearly, it looks like Chamaria Taba
You never know. It's not over till the fat lady sings.
They were some 50 odd for I think 8 or some.
But yes, last wicket partnership
good recovery.
took it to 75, and it's a challenging total given how the pitch is playing.
And also,
I totally agree with Jojita because 75 it's a tricky score.
And also in
Whether to
women's
go
cricket,
all out or whether to play
Cautiously.
cautiously. It's a
in women's cricket also, I mean, correct, covering a lot of industry also. 120, 110 is generally also decent score.
Yes.
Unless England, Australia
Yes,
play.
yes,
You know,
absolutely.
in the subcontinent,
Yes.
so 75 is 25, what, 20% below the
Yeah.
total. So
Yeah.
it's not a game that's away.
Yeah.
They become 24-3, anything can happen.
Anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially if they lose Shamari Atapato,
Right,
he's
right,
the
right,
key player in that unit. But coming back to the India-Australia match, of course, some great battles there to look forward to. Head-to-head, Shami ran through that Australian batting order in the last game, expecting the same this time. The indoor pitch, Joydeep, you have covered so much there. Devashish, you have also covered so much there. A different track, a batting paradise. How challenging will it be for Shami and Prasidh Krishna with the new ball?
No, I feel that the track even in the last game was a superb one for batting. It's just the skill set of Shami. So there were a couple of balls, like the Smith ball was a dream one, but there was some where you hike it, the outswinger which Shami has. He can bowl that in the middle of the night, which got Mitch Marsh in the slips. The catching from Shubman Gill has been so good. So everything put together, it is so good that it's not because of the pitch that Shami got 5. Shami got 5 because his bowling was so good.
Devashish
As we
has an update.
speak, we would just like to update our viewers on what is happening in Asian Games. The Indian men's volleyball team has lost, because obviously it has been a dream run in the Asian Games. So far,
And they lost against Japan, who is
Japan,
one of
yes.
the formidable sides in volleyball. And game number 5, they took it to
Yes, and
And they're
world
also
number
one
5.
more.
They are world number 5. Sorry. And
No shame in that.
no shame in that. They lost their last match back in July against the
And it has
stronger
been,
team.
a very, very fruitful day for India.
Yeah.
Remember, they're winning 5
Shooting, bowling,
medals,
yeah.
and 2 silvers, 3 bronze, and obviously Sumit Nagal winning his match against his lower ranked opponent. Also, the table tennis team, also the men's table tennis team did well. So overall, if you look at, it's a very, very fruitful day for India. And we did better than the last time in Jakarta.
I have a question. Did you ever try basketball or volleyball?
What do you mean?
Have you ever tried volleyball or
No,
basketball?
I totally want to say. What do you mean? This is a cricket discussion going on. What are you up to?
I played a lot of sport besides cricket. I played golf, I played tennis, I played a little bit of basketball. Badminton. Simple question. If he's ever tried basketball or volleyball, with no offense meant, and he's become aggressive.
No.
Let's go back to
Camera,
cricket. I didn't say that.
Don't pull the leg.
Somebody should have tried to pull your leg when you were young. It would have worked.
There's some brutal shots being played. But it's all fun banter. So yeah, after this session, these two both will sit together in our lunch table and have idlis. Perhaps idli.
Yes.
there.
Homemade idli is waiting for us. We watch the game.
Yeah, but yes, coming back to India, Australia, again, of course, Shubman Gill, Ruturaj Gaikwad, fantastic opening partnership last time around. A good batting practice for Ruturaj ahead of the Asian Games and for Shubman for the World Cup. How do you, is this the...
No, it's very good.
Yes,
This is the time when it's actually the last rehearsal before the big show.
Yes.
This is what. I know there are some practice games, but practice games,
Warm-up
I can
games.
assure you,
Warm-up.
warm-up games, it's not the same. This is a proper one-day international. That record will not go in. I know now the Asian Games team is lost to Karnataka, but that was not an official game.
Yeah.
So that is not officially in any record books. But once that game, this game, and then the next game, and then the World Cup. So that's why now is the time. I don't mind even resting those practice games or taking it easy in those ones. But these are the games that
This is
matter.
a very, very crucial game for Shreyas Iyer. Especially the manner in which he got out.
Yeah,
Obviously,
And 28th is the last day, right?
Yes, 28. 28 is the deadline.
You need the confidence to be amongst runs before you head into the World Cup.
Of course.
So he is due
Very
for a
valuable.
big score. He is due for a big
Not just the bat, the form also.
Yeah, of course. He has
You
not
know,
played
and you've got 15 people to bail you for a month and a half. Can you go with somebody who's out of form and dodgy bat?
Now you have a Surya Kumar Yadav also.
Yeah.
So a tricky call, but Shreyas Iyer, his record in India, especially in ODI cricket, has been brilliant.
No, record Gavaskar's
No,
also
of
is great.
course, of course.
Sunil Gavaskar's record is great.
But everything
Man's record
matters
is even
in
better.
current form.
Yeah. I've seen Shreyas Iyer, I've been following domestic cricket for a long time. I'm with domestic cricket. And I see some players, and I know these guys are cut from a different cloth. They are, I saw Virat Kohli get 100 in 2008 in Agartala, where the Vijay Hazare was happening. He was there as a scout for KKR. And he got 100 in about 70 balls. and he hadn't played for Delhi. He first
Why
year.
did you not recommend Virat Kohli for KKR?
No, he was already
Oh,
in
got it.
RCB.
Okay.
So when you go to scout,
Yeah.
see what happened in 2008 when we won the World Cup under 19. All these players by a lottery went to these teams.
Yes.
So Virat and
Himachal
Srivan,
player,
no, Srivan
Rajasthan one went to the.
Rajasthan went to Delhi. Over here was KKR was Iqbal Abdullah Siddharth Kaur. So until the next season, when I went to see for any more player, I saw him get 100, and I knew that this guy is at a different level. Akash Chopra also got 100 in there. But there was a difference between Akash Chopra. So then I saw, earlier I saw Saurav Ganguly do the same, Hindi were playing. Then I saw Virat Kohli. Then I see somebody like a Shubman Gill do the same. Then I see Yashasvi Jaiswal in last year's Irani Cup and Dilip Trophy final. And I know these guys are special among the special players.
Absolutely.
They are even better. So when I see Ishwaran and Jaiswal back together, I love Ishwaran. He's a fantastic player. But Jaiswal is from a different planet.
Absolutely.
And class loses,
Absolutely. But one debate, and even Devashish and I were discussing it in Sri Lanka, that Shubman Gill, the way he's playing, the aura he carries at such a young age, he might go on to become a bigger batsman than Virat Kohli.
But that is difficult to say. See, Virat Kohli is the hunger, the fitness. It's difficult to say, because players like this come once in a lifetime. There was Gavaskar in our time, Gavaskar sir. Then it was Sachin. Then it's Virat. God knows who the next one is going to be. But he'll have competition. I'll tell you that. He'll have people like Yashasvi Jaiswal or breathing down his neck. Yeah. Ruturaj is older. So,
Yes.
but I think this batch, this 21-22 batch, Prithvi, if he gets his mojo, game-changing players.
It's a tough
It's a
time.
good time to be
It's a tough time to be a cricketer.
Yeah, sure.
With so
It's
much-
always a tough time to be a cricketer.
Absolutely, especially in India. But yes, this is what it is. But any particular matchup you are looking forward to watch? Of course, Adam Zampa again in that middle order. Shreyas Iyer versus Adam Zampa is something which might interest you.
Yeah, I would rather look forward to Shubman Gill.
Again.
Shubman Gill against
Hazelwood again. Yes,
Hazelwood. That would be an interesting battle.
Because he also, like Shami, swings the ball really pitch. He doesn't need a green pitch. He doesn't need a seaming
And
condition.
see, there's a bit of psychological battle between small battles and bigger, smaller battles as well. Means who can take the psychological edge before the
Big match,
big match at cheaper on the 8th.
Yeah.
So I think
Well, you will be there.
both of us will be there.
I'm just asking. Really angry. You will be there. I never said he will not. But I said you will be there. He will also be there.
I'm not
He will be
leader of the pack.
there.
Leader of the
Why?
pack.
Why? Because you are also.
Also, he's also. You are the first.
No.
Captain comes out first, right? But yes, of course. But Joy, any particular player you are looking forward to?
I'm actually, again, Indian fast bowling attack against the Aussie batting. I thought that's where they lost it yesterday. I don't see them doing it again. It can happen one day. Every day is on a Sunday. 80 for 1 to 260 will not happen often. If they're 80 for 1, if they become 70 for 4, it's different. But if they're 80 for 1, they'll make India pay.
And thoughts on Ravichandran Ashwin, the way he bowled in the
I
last
think
game?
it's superb in the last game. 10:47, best bowling figures, 1 wicket. I think he was superb. And no matter how much you play, you feel the pressure.
Yes.
You feel the pressure of being in a World Cup. You feel the pressure. And I love what Rahul Dravid said that you're not on trial, but he knows he's on trial. We might not feel he's on trial,
But he
everybody says that he's not on trial, but he knows that he's on trial.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that is.
that drop track of KL Rahul, Ravichandran Ashwin's reaction said it all. That lost a big
Because
wicket.
he has a lot more to lose than anybody else. His place is the only one which is kind of 50-50 now. And if Akshar is fit, they just might go with Akshar.
I have a gut feeling that if Akshar Patel is not fit, it will be Ashwin who
I hope
walks
so.
into this.
And if it was Washington Sundar, then Washington would have played ahead.
Would have.
Absolutely. There are 2 matches Ashwin plays.
And rightly so. As an off spinner,
Yeah.
no comparison.
No,
With all due respect. I mean, Washington will be the first person saying that.
Right.
That he's my guru.
Right. Absolutely.
So, final prediction. How many runs? Indore is a batting paradise.
Yeah, I said 330 last time, we'll stick with 330 this time.
Ooh, Devashish.
276, I predicted 280. So this time round, I would predict that I would go for India to chase whatever total Australia.
That is the outcome. What is the total?
How much Australia will get?
Anything around 300 again. It's a short boundary and it's a belter. So I would rather see Australia's posting a huge total.
I would
So
go
300, 330.
340 plus.
340 plus.
340.
So he's only giving me 10 runs of leeway. So he's taking everything away from me.
340 plus is something.
Yeah, I always feel that. You know, this is the sort of ground where a lot of runs happen. You know, it's a belter, it's a short boundary. You know, and you know the brand of trading. See, they are also not at full strength.
Right.
Once the Aussie team is at full strength, and you also want everybody to be in form for the World Cup. You don't want the World Cup to be dominated by one or two.
Right.
You want till the last moment 4 or 5 teams, at least 4 teams. Anybody could win the World Cup. That's what you want.
And of course, after this game, while the match India-Australia will be on focus, but a big match coming in the football circuit.
Yes,
At
yes.
5 p.m.
Absolutely.
India versus
And
Myanmar.
Rohan, our
Trisha and Rohan will be there.
Brilliant interview with us.
Yeah. You guys
And the coach was very confident, sounding confident that he would go all out to win because India needs to win this match to have a semblance of a chance to make it to this next round.
Right, and they need some bigger goal margin to win this match if they want to qualify for this one. But a draw, I believe, will make them qualify for the next round. But at the same time,
Who's winning the cricket game today?
who's winning the cricket game? Who is winning the cricket game is a tough one.
We also have a women's football game.
Yes, of course. Indian women's football team is going to start now. But coming to the India-Australia match, Jayadipta has put me in a spot. I'm going with Australia scoring 340 plus and India chasing it down.
Oh, good.
You?
I also told
Who's winning?
India is winning.
He is fed up of me
So
predicting Pakistan.
So everyone, India winning, India win. For me, the game always wins. Cricket.
And this is
Australia should.
Yes, tell that on record. Australia is winning for China.
Of course, we'll be back again before the third ODI and we'll analyze whoever gets it close or gets it right in terms of prediction and everything. But yes, our Asian Games coverage continues. Trisha and Rohan will bring you every update from China, and we are here to discuss the India-Australia game. We'll be back again before the third ODI, which I hope will be a series decider. Let's see. Thank you for watching the sports and keep following us.